Today we're going to be making tomato soup and grilled cheese sandwiches. So first we're going to start off with the soup, and to get this going we want to just do a tablespoon of butter over medium heat. Once that's almost melted, we want to go ahead and put some onions in. And we're not really trying to get any color on them, we just want to get them softened. Once it's gotten a little soft, we'll go ahead and bring the heat up a little bit. Add a little salt, help release some of that moisture. Some fresh cracked black pepper. All right. We're gonna let these go and soften for about 2 to 3 minutes. All right, now that our onions are caramelized, we're going to go ahead and add our garlic. Had we added it sooner, it would have burned. Gonna put our tomatoes in, tomato puree. A bit of pepper. We're gonna add about 3 cups of vegetable broth. Give this a gentle stir, getting all that good stuff up off the bottom. I'm gonna cook this on about medium-high heat because we want it to come to a little bit of a boil. Rapid simmer. I'm gonna give this a little bit of taste for seasoning. Definitely use a little bit more salt. Now, one of the optional ingredients here is cream. I personally prefer to have a little bit of heavy cream in my soup. I'm gonna add about 2 tablespoons worth. See how that lightens it up just a little bit? It's gonna give it a richer, creamier flavor. Now, once this does come to a simmer, we're gonna go ahead and reduce the heat to medium-low, give it about 10 minutes, let all the flavors come together, and then we'll whip up our grilled cheeses and serve it all together. All right, so we're finishing up with our grilled cheese sandwiches. We've gone ahead and used a little bit of softened butter to butter the outside of the bread. We have preheated our pan just a bit with about medium to medium-high heat. We're gonna give it another second or so. While we're doing that though, we're going to get our basil ready to garnish our soup. I'm just gonna roll that up, give it a little cut it into ribbons. And then give it a rough chop. We don't want to bruise it. Basil loses its flavor very quickly. All right, so we've got our garnish there. Set that aside. Put our bread butter side down. And just let that come up to temperature. Grab a spatula for that. Okay, we're gonna add the cheese onto one side. And we're using grated cheese because it's going to melt quicker, more evenly. And also using a nonstick pan means if we get a little bit inside the pan itself, it's not going to create a mess we can't clean up. I'm using sharp cheddar cheese here. That just happens to be my preference. You can use as much or as little as you like. I like it cheesy. We're gonna go ahead and lift one side up and put this guy on top, bring it to the center. Go ahead and get it a little bit more crisp once we've gotten that bottom side there. Give it a little peek under here. Ooh, this is really nice and brown. Pull excess cheese off. Want to constantly flip it at this point. Usually we wouldn't use a metal utensil in here. We're being very careful and just lifting up the bread and then flipping it. I think we're about done. Then our cutting board, turn our pan off. We're going to cut this on a nice diagonal. And we're just gonna go ahead and plate this up. Beautiful sandwich. Spring, summer, winter, fall. This is going to be a hit. I hope you all enjoyed eating this and making this as much as I did.